Okay, here again we are in the Rural TV studio at the 2014 Deer Conference, and with me is Richard Copeland from Gore from Rabobank. Welcome along, Richard.
Thanks, Tony. Good to be here.
You're a southern man. Are you always from Southland, Richard?
Yeah, I was. Yep. I managed to escape for about 10 years. Did some time at Lincoln, did some time in Dunedin, but firmly back in the hometown now.
Yeah. How long have you been with Rabo?
Coming up 7 years.
7?
With Rabo out of Gore there. So, yeah, I look after the Gore branch and, yeah, obviously have some farming interest and things around there as well.
Yeah, busy time in Southland for you guys.
Certainly is. Yeah, a lot of change. Obviously land selling pretty rapidly, black and whites moving in, sheep and beef, deer farmers looking to maintain profitability, and everyone's looking to get ahead, but they're good times.
Yeah. Is a few farms still changing hands down there?
Yeah, even up to last week we pushed one through on Friday for a July takeover, so yeah. It's certainly still happening.
Yeah. And what about the deer farms in Southland?
Yeah, more of a mixed bag. Definitely moving towards the hills. The hinds are migrating probably up to the areas where they naturally hold more of an advantage.
Yeah.
So we're seeing a bit more scale coming through there. We certainly have lost some finishing ground off the flats, but in saying that, that development in the hill country that's going on is still enabling those weaners to be finished and finished well. So a bit of a repositioning, but overall our numbers are holding up pretty good. Yeah.
Now we had breakfast with you guys at the Southern Field Days.
Yep.
It went well.
Yeah, bit of a focus on the next generation then coming through. It's a huge topic, isn't it? It's a global issue. Farmers are getting older and older on the way through. I think the stats are, over 55% of farmers in developed countries now are 55 years or older.
Yeah.
So it's just continues to grow. So yeah, we're pretty keen to work with young guys and give them some ideas and see if we can get them in there.
Because it's not just all about succession to get farm ownership, is it?
Not these days, not in the traditional thinking. I guess the traditional thinking is that one of the sons or daughters comes home to the family farm and everyone lives happily ever after. But the way land values have gone and the size and scale of these businesses nowadays, that's just not achievable for a lot of people.
Yeah.
So we're just going to have to be more innovative around partnerships, bringing in other people, looking at leases, lease to buy type options, other sources of capital other than just bank debt. If we really want to get ahead and drive some profitability and sustainability out of these businesses.
Now, with young guys wanting to get into deer farming and equity partnerships, I mean, where do they start?
Yep. Well, the biggest thing is obviously to build a good history, good work history, and build that network. Get it as wide as you possibly can. Tell people about where you're going, what you're looking to do. Get a good CV and things put together, and really, from my point of view as a banker, actually start saving a bit of cash too. It doesn't have to be a lot, but you think about it. You get a couple of guys coming off the street. One of them's managed to squirrel away 50 or 100 grand. The other one's got HP debts on utes and bits and pieces, and not a lot else. Which one of those two are you more likely to back and get them behind? So for me, it's about talking to people, making the right connections, and really trying to find some mentors to follow along, because there are certainly opportunities out there.
Yeah. Do you think there's people sitting out there on money that are looking for young people to get into farming and invest there?
Look, there certainly are. Some of them may not have thought about it yet.
Not just farmers, I mean.
Not just farmers. Yeah, look, there's outside capital. We've particularly overseas money, of course, of late, with the likes of the ag invest type scenarios. My farm's coming through and things. But look, I think probably the richer resource is the actual farm capital. And I look around this conference at the moment, and I see a lot of pioneers there, a lot of innovators, but I also see a lot of white hair or no hair.
Yep.
And these guys have got a choice to make in years coming. If they're going to sell these farms, who are they going to sell them to? And if they are exiting, well, do they need all their cash out at once? Could they stage it? Could they leave some capital in, take a good return, and help bring someone else through? And I think that's the challenge for the deer industry. Is we're a small industry, but we're well connected, we're well organised, and we've got some very passionate farmers there. And I think we can, structure some new partnerships. And
is there a bit of that going on with leaving money in the farm?
Heaps.
Is there?
Yeah, heaps. Yep. Because it's at the end of the day, the people are more important than anything, right? You find the right person, you can build a business around them.
Yeah.
And if we find the right farmers or young guys with a bit of go some good skills and things that communicate, well, look, we can put capital around them, and I'm not necessarily talking bank debt, but from other sources and things, and you know, that's what we're looking for. And look, I think the type of things we're doing now are going to appeal to a lot of people.
Yeah.
You know, what do you do if you cash that farm up at 65 or 70? You know, except just chucking it in the bank, that cash, and getting 3 or 4%, getting taxed on that. You know, it's not very exciting. Not if you've put a lifetime into building that property up.
Yeah. That's great, Richard. Thank you very much for coming in.
No trouble, Tony.
And we'll see you at the field days.
Yeah, we'll be there.
Okay, thanks.